Hello. I've never streamed from a mobile device before or building a PC, but um, I've done both before, so it should work together on a live stream. So I don't know. Um, let's build a PC. Cool. So I basically just have all the goods ready to go. I have the case out of camera frame there, and I got the blank motherboard. We're working with a B550M HTV. Never used one of these exact ones before, but it's just like plenty of micro ATX motherboards that I've used in the past. Cool. So first things first, let's shove in our SSD. M.2 SSD, you get a terabyte. Trips me up that every time I see one or even a picture of them, they're so much smaller than I remember. And then comparing that to a hard drive, it's crazy, man. Technology, just in my short lifetime, I'm involved with technology and computers. It's just skyrocketed. Barf! All right. The tiniest screw that I have in this whole kit of shit. I mean stuff, sorry, children. That'll be your M.2 screw. And I am so lucky enough to have a non-magnetic screwdriver, so we're using the old fingertip method. That's it. Terabyte of memory, or of storage, excuse me, not memory. Let's put in the CPU. We are using a Ryzen 5 5600X. Pretty cool. It's kind of new. I've never installed one myself, but it is exactly like every AM4 I've ever seen. And if you've never installed one before, the way you know how to do it is you look at this corner where there's a little golden triangle, and you line it up with the not golden triangle on here. But it's okay, it's the only triangle there, so it's gonna fit. I once had the unfortunate experience of installing my brother's FX 8350, I think that's what it is. Pretty much one of the last AMD ones they made in that line, and I must have put it in without lifting up the bar first and just crushed it. It was horrendous, but you just bought a new one. Cool, that's in. Next, let's put in some RAM. We got Vengeance 16 gigs, got 2 8 sticks. Vengeance LPX. Ooh, very nice. They got little removable stickies on the graphics too, so let's get those. Don't want to leave anything that could melt inside there. Oh wait, maybe it doesn't. It's just very shiny. No, it does. I have negative nails here, so it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Come on, come on. There we go. Satisfaction. Bear with me. Cool. And it looks like we only have the option to put in the only 2 slots for the RAM, so it's not one of those deals where you put one in every other slot, dual channel if you will. Cool. Motherboards always feel so fragile. It scares me. I especially always hate this part. It just feels like you're gonna smash everything. You make sure your little locks are open. Come on. Oh, I hate it so much. I'm gonna put some support on the backside. There we go. Satisfying click sound. That's what you want to hear. Get our second trusty Corsair in there. Why is everything with Core in the beginning or Air at the end like the high model of stuff? The Corvette, the Corsair, Corvair. It's a conspiracy. All right, second RAM. Click. Cool. And something I noticed before I started filming. Yeah, exactly, Corvette. You know what I'm talking about. I started to take off the cooler mount because they have the one set up for the latch style, and we got the basic screw it in style. We're working with these guys. We have these 4. So I have already taken off one of them, and then I got one screw left here, which will expose the back plate so I can actually have something to screw into, which is nice. You want to keep your cooler attached to your CPU. It's just convenient. Some call it necessary. All right, cool. I'm gonna turn it so that we can see so the RAM's not blocking as much of the view there. I like to set up all my parts on the motherboard before I put the motherboard into the PC box itself. I've seen people do it backwards. I like this. I've even seen people actually do the first test outside of the box because what if one of your parts is bad? But I usually install it all because that's me. Cool. We got I think this is just a regular Stealth cooler. They have I think it's a Wraith Stealth or Stealth Wraith, and then they have the Wraith Prism with all the doodads and the colors and stuff. Yeah. Back plates are super convenient. Or like I one time thought that I didn't get any of the components, it just came with the one, but then I looked back in my box and it had a whole bunch of different ones in there. But yep, we're gonna stick this in here now. And I think I'm gonna go with the logo facing the back of the PC because I think that's gonna be better for this plug, which is up here. Cool. Oh, good to note too that we are lucky to have a coating of thermal paste on there from the factory, so I don't have to squirt any stuff on there. Make a terrible how-to video like that one infamous one. All right, looks like they're all lined up with our back plate. Let's just kind of give the old NASCAR star pattern, although we got 4, so it's not really a star pattern. It's a square. Get a few screws, a few threads down on each screw before proceeding. I gotta loosen up actually. Cool. We are attached. Now let's continue our cross pattern then. Oof. Oof. Don't do what I do. Just watch. Actually, we got to back some of them out because one of the corner came out on the other side. There we go. Now we can apply a little bit of pressure. The spring gives you a nice little ding when it's about how tight it is supposed to be. I think a little more though. Just snug them up. Ding. Ding, ding, ding. All right, I think that's it. Blow any dust or metal shavings that may have came out of my shitty screwdriver away. Again, don't do what I do, just watch. And I think I'm even gonna plug in our CPU fan right away, because at the very worst, I can always unplug it and route it somewhere else, more convenient, I guess, when it's in the case. But we'll attach that to our CPU fan number 1 slot. Cool. Well, that pretty much takes care of all that stuff. That's neat. Oh, one thing I will not be able to do today is install the graphics card because it's still shipping to me. It's been on 2.5 weeks. Still shipping. Everything else got here in a couple days, but you know how all that's going. All right. Gonna trade spaces with our motherboard and our case. Start working on that now. Let's make some room though. Read your safety information booklet after you've had a problem. Actually, I'm going to put her over here on the couch. Not the case yet, the motherboard. All right, we need to move this camera around a little bit, I think. All right, I'm going to install the back plate very first because I have had the unfortunate experience on more than one occasion of forgetting it until the last step. And once all of your parts are in, it's hard to get the thing that they're supposed to be on top of in. So just do that now. Also, I am using the Cooler Master Q300L case. It's really cool for micro ATX, and it's the 3rd time I've used this case, and I love it. Every part I've ever had fits in it nicely, and it's just great. not sponsored. Cool, there's that. Now we need to bust out our power supply, the big boy. Well, not a big power supply, but fat part compared to the rest of them at least. Corsair V600. Alrighty. Power cord. Put that aside. And booklet. Important information. Do not sue us. That is all. Empty box. Alright, it is not a modular or even a semi-modular power supply. It is just a power supply. Because anything more is just excessive. Alrighty, screws to attach it. Awesome. Alrighty. I always have this irrational fear that maybe there's a different kind of sizing for power supplies, and like I just get the wrong one and it doesn't fit in the case or something. But I think they're all pretty universal these days, so, or maybe just always have been universal. And again, nothing to worry about. Fits right in. Cool. This particular case has like a little sub assembly that comes out of the case and attaches directly to that, and then the whole thing. And so let's get that out. Also, sorry if I missed some of the comments, if they are popping up occasionally. I've never, like I said earlier, I've never streamed from a phone, so you get like a little window of opportunity to see the comment go through. So I'll try and catch them if I'm paying attention to the screen. Cool, so let's get that little baggie of screws out that came with it. Oh, that's cute. 4 PSU. They got your 4 PSU for your PSU in your little tiny Coke bag. Keep that for later. Not for Coke. Alright, cool. So, this little guy goes here and attaches. Isn't that neat? I know these angles are lovely. Cool. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a magnetic tip. It's probably possible to put the PSU in first, but the angle, at least with my equipment, is It's much easier to put the bracket on first. Spanish autocorrector. That's funny. All right. 3 of the screws started. And our 4th. Let's tighten her down. All right, cool. Got the bracket on there. Let's see about getting this in here now and getting it on camera a little bit. I'm not gonna worry about this floppy cord mess back here just yet because I'll be taking care of that in a second. The only other thing I'm concerned about with this case that I have had to do once in the past, and I don't remember exactly the reason, but I had to move, you can't even see it. It has this little cutaway here for USBs, you know, stuff that's normally on top of the PC, on the side of this one. And I did one where these cords weren't long enough to go from here out the back and around, and I had to go down to the bottom. So hopefully we don't run into that issue with this one. I don't think we will though. I think it'll work out just fine. So shove that in there. And pull it to the back. Make sure we're not sitting on any of the cords. Cool. Cool. Pretty lined up for the most part.
Yes.
Got one in. Two. 3, 4. Yeah, looking at it now, I'd say it is possible to leave that bracket in there and do it, but not with this tool. Have to be able to go in, like down and like around the corner. Special bracketry tools. Cool. That is our PSU mounted. I think our next step is to route the motherboard wires from the PSU out the back, because I know for sure those are going to be coming around to plug in. Let's do that. I use this PC for, I'm actually building it for a friend, and they are going to use it for light gaming. Specifically, they wanted it something that would run WoW, World of Warcraft. And of course, the one part that would determine whether or not this computer could run WoW is the one part I don't have today. It's that graphics card. But even with all the graphics card hubbub and the crypto miners, I managed to find one. Not a great graphics card, but good for the price. It was an RX 580, which roughly comes out to like PS4 graphics level, which is already way more than you need for WoW. But yeah, chip shortages. Pretty much seemed like if it wasn't already in the United States and I ordered it, it was going to take a long time, because I heard that the shipping and customs and all that is a nightmare right now. All right, flail these all around. That's the first step. Just jiggle them. Just jiggle them all around. Just kick them. Just kick them. Got our CPU. Got one of them at least. Get that away. There it'll be the main plug for the side of the motherboard. Get that one out there too. And I'm gonna move these, I think. Take all the USB and the sound card, or the HD audio. Just kick them away. Get them the hell out of here. Okay, get that out of here. Out the back door. And let's see here. What are we gonna add in here that's gonna need power? None of those. None of those. That's even older. We'll need that one. So all of this is all extra, because we're not adding no extra auxiliary SSDs or hard drives or any extra fans that need something like this. So these are all going to get bundled up and tucked away in the back. And this is going to be left out for our graphics card later. Probably not on camera, sorry. Cool, so I'm just going to take them right away for cable management's sake and put these. There's like a little rail slot in the back right here. You can kind of see my finger right there. I'm going to tuck those in so they're out of the way. All right, we're on the back side. And for the sake of my own mental health and wires and all that, I'm gonna route them again, just for my convenience. Well, get out. Get out of my face. Cool. Get all the extra shit. And one more. Why not? Let's wrap them up. Love twist ties. I hoard twist ties. I hoard a lot of things actually, but twist ties were one of them. Cool. And just kind of tuck this in. I know, it's not like incredibly beautiful, but this is the back side of the PC. You're never gonna see this unless you're me or you watching this video later. Okay, so shut up. I love you. All right, tuck it in. Just tuck it. If you don't like it, just tuck it. You can apply that however you like. Cool. Not bad. It's even in the camera still. Get those all tucked away. Ooh, hello. That's nice. That's very nice. Cool. So I think what was my determining factor last time, which limited... Yeah, exactly. Good. You know, that's better cable management than half the people that make a PC do anyway. So yeah, do that. Do the lazy man cable management. But for this cable, I think this was the one that managed me last time, and I had to move it so that I had like an extra 3 inches of room, because this is This is the USB 3 controller, I think. So I won't know exactly where that's gonna go until the motherboard's in. So let's put them where I think they should go, and then we'll work with it. I'm gonna stick them out this hole for now, and I'll probably end up moving them, but that is the game with building a PC. Cool. This fat one, I know that I can stick that through here. Or maybe. We'll see. And this one, there's a little cutaway way in the top up here. You can see it. Right there. Just kind of get that in its general position, because we're going to lay it down now. All right, cool. And let me try and get you a better view, because this is not very good. Still not very good. Might be worse. All right. We'll see if this works, actually. I'm not sure here. Bear with me. Oh, you know what might work though? I'll need your help though. Can you put that stool right on the table?
Oh yeah. On the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're two PCs. That's what they are on the floor, not just lights. Somebody asked. I don't know if there's enough space. Need more space.
Yeah.
Need more space.
Let me move this stuff. This stuff doesn't need to
I'll
be.
hold this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for holding on with us, folks. I have to adjust the camera in a way I did not predict in the beginning. All right, cool. Don't mind the banging. Actually, probably work best like this. Oh my goodness, we can see. We have a view. All right. No, this is not Linus Tech Tips. This is just some rando on the internet. But it's still informative. You just gotta find the golden nuggets of information. All right. For some reason, these kind of cords are always the worst ones. Like, they're not bendable. They're like the cheapest quality they could afford. But they work. They work. They always work. And also, I have to apologize. I can't see the screen at all now. It's up here. So I do have like a monitor over there. So if I see something, I will try to still say hi. Okay, so first thing is first, we got to find out how many mount points we got. for our motherboard. And we got some more standoffs in here. That's great. Oh, perfect. I like how you have it.
Okay, hold it.
I'm gonna grab some scissors real quick. Yeah. All right, cool. I can now see this. Somebody earlier, you did not subscribe to my channel? WTF? Well, you know what? That's the bots working overtime, buddy. All right, cool. So I'm gonna just set the motherboard in for right now to see how many screws we can actually put in. Ideally, you want to get them all that will fit. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of those 6, there are already installed 2 standoffs. All right, let's get the other 4 in there. Here's an important tool that I always forget about. It is the installer tool for the standoffs, because otherwise you need like little pliers or something. So it's a little cap that you can just stick over it. I have forgot about it many times. Dumb of me. And I got 5 standoffs, of course. 6, there it is. And I'm gonna install all these 6 ones in there because there's already 2 in there and they're a little different. They have like mid steps or like a different step on it. So we'll just take them out to be safe. I'm not entirely sure why they add any, if they're just gonna give you some. Whatever. Take that one out. Oh, I wanted to show them actually. Show the 2 different. So that one has like, they're the same length on the hex part, but then there's like a little lip, and it's just enough to make the motherboard like sit a little bit differently. I don't know why. Why don't they just give me all those size, or why do they put 2 in? The world may never know. Oh, also, looking back at the comments, yeah, you saw 2 PCs on the ground, not just magical lights. That would be the PCs. All right, so I'm gonna put in the standoffs where I know for sure. I have a feeling that there's gonna be more holes in the motherboard that actually have places that line up in the case. So there might not be 6 screws, 6 standoffs. Come on. Tiny little screws, fat fingers. Cool. Got one in. Two. And both of these ones over here are going to take them, so we'll put those in. I was just looking over at the motherboard. I guess they also, they have this guide here. I did see the M's and the MIs. They're saying that if there's an M next to it, that's for your micro. And if there's an I, that's what you need for the tiny boy. But they got M's over here, and I'm pretty sure my motherboard's not that fat. Or maybe it is, and I put this one in the wrong spot. We'll do another check here in a second. And looking at the motherboard, it looks like it's gonna be this one and this one also. So I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it right now. I'm not even gonna test by dropping the motherboard in because I already done looked at it. Cool. We got 4 in. I mean 6 in. I can count. Now we'll test it. It looks like they are in the right spot, but I gotta do something with the back plate. Have to bend those guys all around. Gotta bend the guys. The guys. Or actually, no. Actually, no. What I've done is I've put in the back plate upside down. That's what I've done. Not a problem, though. Nothing's permanized yet. It was like that. I wanted like that. Also, I'm not sure if you're supposed to bend all those little pieces backwards or not. I don't think so. I don't think so. Cool. And it looks like I got 6 holes with 6 standoffs lined up for them. Cool. That means we can start screwing her down. And it looks like we're gonna use these screws. Because that's... we should see about this stuff here. So in this case, the USB controller 2.0 is here. So that's fine. That's great, actually. So this part can stay. That's what I was worried about, because you can take this off and put it on top. Yeah, I could not think about that for like how to screw in the motherboard. And as always, do your best to not touch the sensitive motherboard. You've always been told that if you sneeze on it, or you look at it the wrong way, or you like drop something on it, it's gonna explode, it's gonna short circuit, it's gonna blow up. And they're probably right, honestly. Just do your best. Just do what you can so you don't drop screws on there. I think the biggest threat is metal flakes. We're worried about. Let's be real here. And that's probably also why they use magnetic screwdrivers, which I don't have. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to finesse getting into this corner.
I'm gonna take Carl.
Cool.
And we'll take Paige later. There we go. Hush.
Can hear Paisley.
Come on. Come on, Carl.
Cool. Now we got one in the top left, one in the bottom right. And we got some tension on the motherboard now, holding her down. Oops, looks like I grabbed a different kind of screw there. Might be.
Carl, come.
Yeah, those guys are different. We want those. Thankfully, they're the same thread pitch, so I didn't like shred nothing, but it only wanted to screw in like one and a half turns. I need full coverage here, man. I need all of it. I need all the screws. It can't be like my first computer I built that had like 2 of one kind of screw and missing a screw and whatever else, you know. I want this to be nice and uniform. All right, let's get the 6 out of 6 screws in. Cool. She's in. Oh, do a little stretch and a bend. Well, next steps. It's gonna be plugging in this guy and plugging our power stuff in there, and getting a fan, at least one fan in the back. You gotta have some airflow, you know. So cool, let's get on it. I think we're gonna go ahead and plug in the big fat one first. I think this is the 24 pin connector. I don't know. And I want it to just barely stick out of the back. I'm gonna tuck as much of it in as I can after we've plugged it in. That's it. We're in. And then looks like the motherboard we're dealing with only needs 4 of these, not all 8 of them, so you gotta take them out. somehow separate them. I suppose I could just plug it in. But I know these come apart too. Damn. Ah, just gotta pull. Just gotta pull them apart. Cool. And then that'll get tucked down in there too. Neat. Okay. Now that I am seeing this more clearly, these guys are going to be these little ones, so they can be tucked back through to this side. We'll just put that right there. This guy is the HD audio, and the glare is kind of bad. I can't see it. Probably this bottom corner down here. Yeah, it says HD audio. So we're gonna get that one also. Oh, you know what? There's actually another neat one down there. All the way in that back corner. I'm gonna stick it all the way there. Cool. Cable management or something. All right, that one is through, and we'll go ahead and just plug it in because that's matched up. Guess that's it. No satisfying click, so I wanted it to click, but it's fine. All right, so this guy got to go in here, so it's got to go out as well, without pulling this one with it. Wedge tight already. Damn. So tight inside. There we go. All right, cool. And we'll just plug that in. Yeah. Also, no click, but that's how she goes. Oh, give you the old back a stretch there. Don't want to kill yourself. Not yet. And now it's the fun part. All these little tiny ones, little baby ones. Hope you can still see what I'm doing here. Let me get the camera better angle. So we got a hard drive light, reset switch, power switch, and power LED plus and minus. It says all those things very tiny on here, but I think I'm going to refer to the manual. Let's see about that real quick. Of course, I found it in French first. Closer, Spanish. Cool. So we got power LED plus and minus. It's going to be the top guys there. Just like this. All right. Power button, that's the third one. I immediately plugged everything into the wrong spot. Funny. There. Then we got power switch right next to those guys. Cool. Right below and over one is the reset switch. Such a tiny little switch, you know. Cool. And the last one I got to do is HD LED plus, HD negative. That's going to be all the way underneath the first two. Sorry, you must not be able to see anything at this point. My bad. But it's more important that I put them in the right spot than show y'all. Almost, almost. There it is. Slide it all the way down. Cool. That's that one. Where does that leave us? That leaves us with cable management and the back fan. So let's get that fan in. Why not? Just jump into it. Here you'll see a Cooler Master standardized come in the box fan with no lights at all. There it is. No lights, no switches, no bells. Just spinning. And that's just fine with me. Let me see where I could possibly plug it in for power. There she is. So if I install it like this, it'll give me a power switch, my power cord out to the switch plug-in. And we want it to be exhaling. We want it to push air out the back. And generally there would be an arrow on the side of the fan that says which way the air goes, but I have a feeling It's just gonna be like every other fan, where this part is the way the air comes out. So cool. We're gonna do that. Let's reposition our case so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe sort of see what I'm doing. So that's the back of the case. That's where our air is going to come out towards the camera. We're going to put it inside like this, and I need these 4 screws. I'm going to leave this bundled up for my convenience right now. And we got slider rails, so I'm gonna just give it a few screws in so that we can still move it around a little bit. I'm sure we'll decide later what's the best. All the way up, all the way down, happy medium. Man, these screws were always such fat screws. It's really easy to cross thread them, and not a huge fan, honestly. But that's what they're for. Holding in fans, being huge. That's good for now. Seems like the first time you thread the screw through it, it has to like cut it, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But I always see the plastic shaving come up the first time it goes through. And I'm like, yo, no shavings in the computer, man. No chips in the bed, bro. What are you doing, man? But once you've done it once, it's like a nice thread. Which I am fighting right here. There we go. Okay, we'll snug them up so they're not tight. Still move them around so you can place it to where you like. Beautiful. Now we gotta tip it down and give it power. Cool. And now that I can see it inside, I think I like it all the way up. I think that looks cool. So, actually, I'm gonna tighten it first before we work on it. Cool, no more sliding there for us. Now I can come back down, put the camera a little closer. All right. And you know what? I think we're gonna leave this tie tied to it and just pull out a little length and plug it right in. It's like they knew you would want to plug a fan in right here. They knew. You didn't want to blow up your computer first day you ran it. Cool. Got power all around and everything's pretty much plugged in. So let's we're gonna tuck this away for now. I'm not gonna bundle it up like with ties, because as soon as I get the graphics card in tomorrow or in a couple of days, I'm just gonna put it right in. So we're almost done with our adventure, at least for today. I think I'm gonna put the front plastic back on so that we can flip it over. No, actually, no. We're gonna leave it off. I don't want to scratch the plastic. But we're gonna try and tuck it all, bundle it all up now on the back side. There's no reason we couldn't lay it down like this. Just fine. And look at that. We don't really even have a lot to manage. I think I'm just gonna cut this guy up a little bit and just kind of tie stuff down so it doesn't move, but it's all the cable management I think we need to do, really. Darn, I may have cut it a little short. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use these. The case came with a bunch of little zip ties, and those are really easy to just cut off later if you don't want them. But they're exactly what I want right now. So basically, I want to tie this guy up because he is the thickest cord, and I want it to stay back here, out of view. Cool. This guy is kind of nice, just flopping around. It's not hurting nobody. What else can we zip up? Could zip this guy up so that it's pulling its excess away. But how? How does it want us to do it? Something like this. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Just something that holds them down, because like they're gonna slowly adjust themselves over time, turning on, turning off, get hot in your house. You take it on a car trip. I don't know what you're doing with your computer, but shit can move. At least this way you got some tension holding it all back. It's not gonna relax and go back into your PC case and make it look ugly and get rid of the airflow and whatever else excuses you can think of. Cool. Now we're gonna stick on the back case. As long as these are not in the way. Nope, nothing's in the way. And then we got these little rubber feet guys that go here. This case could easily lay down, but I've never laid it down. It's always been vertical. Hello.
Carl's here with your pants.
Hi, Carl. Did you have a good walk? Did you go on a good walk, Carl?
You're gonna be next. You're gonna be next. Carl, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Come on.
All right, got 4 back supports put in. Butamus. Now I feel better about putting it on its back. Yeah. Cool. Cool. And pretty much all I can really do for the rest of today is put on the side panel and the cool outside parts, and we'll call that a live stream, huh? Let's get this in, and why don't we go ahead and just do the satisfying peel too. Yay! Yay!
Someone wants to know how the camera setup is set up.
How is my camera set up?
Yeah.
It is attached to a chair with a mount holding it above my coffee table. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Boom. And immediately gets fuzzies on it. Howdy. Oh, you can see my reflection now in the thing. That's funny. Yeah, I have a bendy arm. Sorry, I should have led with bendy arm. I have this bad habit of when somebody asks me a question, I start from square one, like where I bought it, and they totally are lost when I start explaining what's happening. So yes, I have a bendy arm that's holding it up for me. I'm not holding it with one arm constantly like this, just holding perfectly still. All right, well, that's a PC. It's a PC, everything except for the graphics card, which I'm still waiting on to be delivered to me. So there it is. There is a couple more things we could do, though. It's not that exciting, but...
I'm going to grab some.
Okay. This case happens to come with these 2 magnetic case covers, and they're also filters. So you just put that on like that, and then we'll just roll it over to the front of the PC. Bam. Cooler Master, not sponsored. And I'll open up. It's funny, they give you 2, one for each side that's exposed, and only one of them is in a bag. Interesting. Cool. So there we go. We got a Cooler Master computer built for my friend, who will pick it up once I have installed Windows 10 on it, not Windows 11. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see Windows 11. I'm tired of it. Give me Windows 12. Everybody knows that every other Windows is shit. So give me the good one. Stop recommending me shit. But anyways, thanks for joining me on an unusual live. I guess if I do a live, I'm playing War Thunder. So today we're building a PC. So anyways, I'm done for now. I'll see you guys later.